Hello, music teachers. Okay, let's talk about how to create an assignment. So, this is going to be several series of creating an assignment. The first thing that we're going to talk about is how to create a template. So, part one of this video is creating a template that your students are all going to work off of. So I did this when we did the Sound to Song project that I'm going to share the lesson links to. And it worked really well, and it helped the students have something to go off of specifically. So the first thing that you are going to want to do is you're going to want to create a template. And in order to do that, you need to enter the studio yourself. So again, we are always looking for that white button to enter the studio on the left-hand side of our menu. Here it is. And that will take you into the studio. So this is what you're going to set up, and all of your students will work off of the same template. So when I was doing this particular project, the goal of the project was for the students to take a sound effect, and then they would create a song from that sound effect. And there was a whole lesson on that, and I will again share the slides to that lesson. So start out by clicking on music. Your students won't have to do that step because you are setting up a particular template. So the way that I wanted to do this is I wanted the students to all use the same sound effects, because there's many sound effects within Soundtrap, but I wanted them to all work off of the same sound effect just to kind of simplify the process. So first thing that I did is I went over to the loops and I looked for a specific sound effect. And if you see here on the bottom, again, there's all of these different things. You can either type in something, maybe you know that you want them to use, let's say, a car horn or, the sound of a bicycle bell. Those are things that I personally used. Then you can type that in up at the top. Or if you just want to look at some of the sounds, you can just kind of browse and see what they had. So one of the things that I used was a bicycle bell. So again, preview it here. And you can see, or you can hear that what it is going to sound like. So let's say that you do want to use the bicycle bell, and all of your students are going to create a song using the sound effect of a bicycle bell to build off of. So what you'll do is you'll drag and drop the bicycle bell into the timeline here. And again, pause. Maybe we want to turn this off or whatever. Let's say, though, this is a pretty long clip. So let's say that you only want them, which is what I wanted to do. I only wanted them to access this little section of the clip here in the center. I didn't really want them to use the whole clip because I thought it was too long. So I'm just going to set up my little cursor here, right here where I want the clip to start. I'm going to do a 2-finger clip and then split region. And then on the other side, again, here, a 2-finger click and split region. And then I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of these. So again, you can rename this. Maybe if you know that your students are going to try to delete that, you could put something like must use for the sound effect, or don't delete, whatever you want. Okay, so I'm going to put must use bell. And then they can know like they have to use this part of it. So if they can loop it, they can do whatever they want. I had different parameters where they could just basically, they had to use the bicycle bell at some point in their project. And from there, they could build. So every student then, when you use this template, will automatically have this bell sound built into it. When they click into Soundtrap, they will have this exact thing that you're currently seeing. So let's say that you only want them to use 10 measures. You can extend this little loop, and then you can put this on there, and it will only use these 10 measures, and you should be good to go. From there, once they all will access this, then they can build and they can look for loops. They can add a drum, they can add, bass, they can add guitar, whatever it is they wanted to do. Again, my lesson focused on create a song using particular loops, and a sound effect. And all of that is part of the lessons in the Google Slides that I'm going to share. So you've now created your template. The only thing that you need to do, I would name it. So I'm going to call this sound effect project. And from there, I will be able to make a template and assign it, to the student. So name it whatever you want. I like to just name it exactly what I'm going to call it for the kids. From there, this again is what your students are going to see when they open Soundtrap. You're going to share a direct link to this particular thing. Maybe you want all of them to use, a drum beat and a guitar and piano, and you want them to find the sound effect. So from there, then you could add 3 loops, and then you would give them the instructions just to incorporate a sound effect. So, but I like to do it like this. This is how I personally did it. And then from there, you're going to exit the studio. And you're going to see that you have this project. What does mixing mean? It just means that somebody is kind of clicked into the project. You'll see that your students' projects are mixing. It's just kind of delayed in saying that I am still inside the studio working on this particular project. Okay. From there, you would create an assignment. That's going to be a separate video. This is just on creating a template. Again, you're going to enter the studio, put in whatever you want your students to see, and then you will go on to the next video, which is creating an assignment from a template. This is my template. It's the sound effect project. When students click into it, they're going to see exactly what I see, which is this whole section here. Okay, good luck.